All right, what is up, everybody? Keith Jameson, go back here, guy 231 across the DFS industry. And if you see me like looking around and stuff, recording this from car dealership, decided to run over something with my car and get stuff busted up on the interstate over the weekend. So, anyhow, if you see me like distracted or anything, that's what's happening. And I can't even screen share for you guys on YouTube because I guess the connection isn't secure enough to load DraftKings. So, thanks DraftKings for not letting me get my information hacked. Anyhow, we're gonna go over Cowboys versus the Giants. Man, like between the Sunday and Monday night games, like these games sucked. But I think that'll be, some the build's decent. I really don't mind the build that much here. I'm not like super excited about it, but the game as a whole, I think we can take some stands. But 39 total, Giants favored by one. Let's go into the picks. Like, subscribe, comment on any of the whether you're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. It really helps. All right, let's start at the top. Let me get my app out so at least I can like refer to pricing. So first and foremost, like, all right, showdowns. You almost always, and especially in cash, just plug the two quarterbacks here. If you played neither quarterback, I would not blame you. I think if I had to choose between the two, it would be Daniel Jones. They are a site favorite at home. Daniel Jones, the reason I'm okay with him and I'm avoiding Cooper Rush is Daniel Jones at least gives us rushing upside. 10 carries first game, 6. I'm sorry, 10 carries last game, 6 the first game. That does give nice rushing upside. They had said that they were going to do that going into the season. So I think if I'm going to pick between the two, it's Daniel Jones. I really don't think that you play both quarterbacks in cash here. I think the skill position just gives you a lot more upside, even a little bit more floor. So Daniel Jones, I can see in cash. I think it was a really, really strong tournament fade. Dallas's defense looks really, really good this season. The only reason that they're even competitive in these games is how good their defense is. Like even versus Tampa, like that defense looked awesome. Micah Parsons looks amazing. So I'm not necessarily just rushing to just stack up the Giants or running to the quarterbacks. But Daniel Jones, because of the rushing upside, I think it's fine. Saquon Barkley is everything on the Giants offense right now. They're throwing the ball a ton. They're handing the ball off to him. He's expensive as hell, but because we're not forcing in the quarterbacks, we're going to have the salary. So I think Saquon is just fine. Let me give you those target numbers. 11 targets for your first two games. Definitely something we want. CD Lamb, same deal. Obviously, we don't get any carries, but he has 22 targets to the first two games. Obviously, is the most dependable guy on the Cowboys. Dalton Schultz is questionable. We'll have to see. I think it was the last time I looked, was leaning towards playing. Michael Gallup back, big for down the field, actually will take away a lot of the Brown targets, but I think that CD Lamb's target share very much protected, running a lot of short routes and things like that too. So CD Lamb, Saquon Barkley, I'm definitely playing everywhere. We go down from there. Rush Jones are the next two. We already went over that. Zeke Elliott and Tony Pollard. I am Tony Pollard greater than Zeke Elliott because of the catch-up side. Zeke Elliott in the first two games has 4 total targets. Tony Pollard, on the other hand, has 9. Tony Pollard also a lot more electric. Zeke's looking okay, but just not getting the production because if you don't catch the ball and you don't score touchdowns, which again, 39 total, we're not exactly expecting the scoreboard to be lit up. You need that catching upside. So to me, I'm Pollard over Zeke for optimal and cash and on DraftKings on the showdown slate though. I kind of don't want either, but if you gun to my head, I think I go Pollard over Zeke. We'll see though. I can't fault you with either one. Both price points are fine at 84 and 8,200. From there, Sterling Shepard, I'd probably prefer both of them. Sterling Shepard at this point is going to be operating as the Giants' #1 wide receiver. 10 targets last week. We know does a lot of low 8-out type of things too. In addition, we saw him go down the field. So Sterling Shepard to me is just the best receiver on the Giants. I much prefer him to the Dallas running backs. So Shepard, I like. Noah Brown, that's a fade if we see Gallup in. I think that target share will get killed actually. And at 6,800, I think he's just a pass. Kenny Golladay is just being don't think I want to kick him off the team, I think, at the last time. So we'll see. Dalton Schultz if in, I think it's a really solid play. But just watch the injury report. Richie James getting a lot of targets right now. He's only 5,400. I think he's going to be chalked in cash. 12 targets to the first two. So do quite like him. David Sills is playing outside wide receiver for the Giants. Was 4 targets last week. Look, he ran almost every route, so he's going to be out there. What we a lot of times see with these like fringe wide receiver twos though, is they just get kind of thrown outside and just said, run a deep post or run an X or just like kind of just take a defender out of play, like tire him out, and then we'll move Shepard onto him, or we'll do something gimmicky. But he's still got 4 targets. He's 5,000. He's gonna be on the field a ton. Just needs to walk into a few catches, and you'll be okay. But from down there, I like 3 very like unorthodox plays. Actually, I'll go 4. I like Cowboys defense a ton. I talked about it a lot. Daniel Jones is very prone not only to throwing picks, but to fumbling. So I really like the Cowboys defense at 4,600. Love the kickers. Think that they're a cash staple. Mayer and Gano. Then I really like the Giants too. This is Cooper Rush. Yes, he played good versus the Bengals at home. But what have we seen from like these sometimes backup like fringe QBs? They maybe have like one good game and everybody anoints them as like, oh man, Dak's great, but we got Cooper Rush, we're fine. And then you get the hard fall to reality, especially on like Monday Night Football. So I don't ride the Giants D at all here. 3,800 from down. Once you go further down, you're just in death zone. I don't see the spend ups that you need to make those pay downs matter. So I'm just not going to. Like once you hit the Giants D, I think you're done. Tony's not supposed to play. Tony would be really interesting if he plays. He's so electric, but he's supposedly out. All right, that'll do it for the breakdown. Hope that the audio came through okay. I don't think I looked away too much, but I'm hoping that this card isn't. I didn't do thousands of dollars damage with that debris. But anyhow, thank you all so much for watching. With that, I'll say, see you.